At least 22 million Americans instituting mass quarantines. On Monday night, the president announced he would help them with a temporary moratorium on immigration into the United States. That was his plan. It turned out it was sincere. We know that because this show has learned about the president's original draft executive order. The original one would have suspended several guest worker programs, the ones that prevent qualified Americans from getting jobs. And that would have been a big help for a hurting country. Here's why. Every year, 180,000 new H-1B visas are awarded, and more than 200,000 of those are extended for a longer period. These are not for people picking grapes or lettuce. These are for people making good wages in white-collar jobs. Currently, there are about 470,000 active beneficiaries of this program, almost 500,000, all foreigners in good-paying jobs that Americans are qualified for and could have. Suspending that program for a year would open up a massive number of jobs at a time when we desperately need them because we have so many unemployed more than ever. So it's suspending tens of thousands of H-2B visas for non-agricultural guest workers. They always tell you this is about who's going to pick the crops. It has nothing to do with picking the crops. It's who's going to work at Accenture. Unfortunately, something happened to that executive order on the way to being signed by the president. The final version, signed just hours ago, does not restrict any foreign workers at all. All of them are free to keep coming here and taking American jobs, including high-paying American jobs. So what exactly does the order do? Well, according to the Federation for American Immigration Reform, which provided us with an analysis of it, only 5,000 to 80,000 current green card applications may be affected by this. That's less than 10% of the 1 million people who get lawful permanent residency in this country every year. So for most of these, this will amount to merely a temporary delay in the handling of their applications. So how did this happen? It's a grave disappointment. Who did this? How did we get from a sincere effort? The president announced it, and he meant it, judging from his first order, an effort to help suffering American workers, to what we have now, which is a hollow, almost entirely symbolic gesture. We talked to a lot of people about this today in Washington, a lot. And here's the story. Apparently, key White House aides were afraid of angering corporate leaders. For example, Apple CEO Tim Cook. Someone actually said that. What will Tim Cook think? Officials from the Department of Labor and the Council of Economic Advisors pushed for the vast guest worker exemption. They argued that the unemployment benefits in the coronavirus stimulus bill were so generous that American citizens would refuse to go back to work because it was easier just getting a government check. And so we have to bring in more foreigners. In other words, welfare for you, real jobs for foreign nationals. Well, Chinese researchers just released a preliminary